To create a Google quiz, you're going to do the same functionality that you did for Google Forms because Google quizzes are just a function of Google Forms. You'll start by going to wherever you want your quiz to be housed and then say New, More, Google Form. Again, you're going to title your quiz and click in the top left corner to make sure that they match. And here's where it just gets a little bit different. You're going to go up to this cog right here where it says Settings, and you're going to go over to the third tab that says Quizzes and mark it as Make this as a quiz. You can make different quiz options. You can give kids immediate grade response or grade release, or you can do it later. Anytime you're going to do a short answer response that you're going to have to grade manually, I like to click this button just so that it doesn't tell students that they missed something just because you haven't graded it. If you leave it as this and you have a free response question, it automatically counts it as wrong. And you can go back and change it when you grade it, but it does kind of freak some kids out. You can let them see what questions they missed, you can let them see correct answers, and you can let them see point values. If I'm going to reuse a quiz, I won't let them see the correct answers. If I don't want them to know right away what questions they missed, I'm fine with that as well, so whichever you prefer. And then push save. You want to ask them, what is your name? And say required. And then let's look at the different functionalities. So we have a short answer. Maybe I might ask, how many days are in the month of March? Or maybe we'll say February. And because there's two correct answers because of leap years, when you click this answer key, you can say 28 or 29, and then mark all other answers incorrect. You get to pick the point value and they can vary, so I'm going to give you 1 point for that. And then go over to the plus and add a new question. For this one, let's do the next one, which is paragraph. This is one that you're going to have to manually grade, and maybe you'll say, what is your favorite holiday? You'll click answer key and tell them how many points it is, but it won't grade it right away. You're going to have to go back and do that. The next option is multiple choice. So perhaps we say, what holiday is in the month of February? And I would say when you click answer key on multiple choice, you just click which one's correct and tell them how many points you want. The next option is a checkbox. This is if there were multiple correct responses. So perhaps you would say, what do people typically give as gifts for Valentine's Day? Oh, struggled to type there. And you could say candy, cards, teddy bears, and Easter eggs. Obviously, there's one that's incorrect, and you collect the 3 that are correct. I'm going to give 1 point for each correct answer, so I'm going to give 3 points there. The last one that I like to use on quizzes is drop-down, and this will give them kind of a multiple choice type answer, but with a different look. So perhaps I would say, what month is Christmas in? And I can add January, February, June, or December. I can add all of the months. Sometimes it tells me that option, add all. And then for answer key, of course, I'm going to say December. And I'm going to make this worth 1 point. You can see that it says total points up here 7. So I'm going to send my quiz because it's finished. And I can just click over to send and then my link. I'll copy this. I can even shorten it if I want to write it up on my board. And then when my students go there, They'll see the quiz. And submit. And that's all I see. On the other end, when I go back to my class, you'll see it says Tall Class Quiz. As the teacher, you'll see all the responses like this. You'll see how many people have responded, who it was, what their name is, and each of their individual responses. I can go by question and say, okay, in question number 2, how many days are in the month of February? It's going to show me all of the answers people gave. Or I can go individually and say, what did Kelsey write? Oh, she missed what's my favorite holiday? Oh, well, I know that I actually needed to give her points for that, so I'm going to go back and give her a point. And then say save. I can also pull all the data together into a spreadsheet by pushing the little spreadsheet icon, and it will make a nice little Google sheet for me that is housed right next to the quiz in my folder and has all of the things for me as well as their score right next to their name or their email address depending on how you have it in Gradebook. You can share this with parents, you can share this with admin, and whoever else you think is appropriate. Keep in mind this will house everyone's data, so don't share it with parents that you don't want to see all of the data of all of the students.